What you got happening on your backing track here is basically an A minor blues, right? You've got A minor, kind of an A minor seventh if you like. Hey, there's lots of fun ways to do that. Oh, I guess while I do this, I'm just going to shoot through some inversions of A minor 7 because everybody loves to play inversions. Hey, look, there's our typical, we know that's an A minor chord, and if I put my fourth finger on the E string, that's an A minor 7th. And then if I want to take every note in this little 4-string choir up the neck one, I can take it to there. And then if I want to take every note up the choir again to the next note in the A minor 7th, it looks like that. First finger, fourth finger, second finger, third finger. Some folks will get funky and they'll actually use one finger for two jobs like this, and they'll bar their middle finger. Don't do it if it hurts you, but if it don't, it can be useful because you can do stuff with that like that there. I'll do either one, and honestly, sometimes I even do it like that. Not often, but depending on where I'm going. So there's A minor 7th with the root in the bass. This first one, you had the 5th was the lowest note, then you have the 7th, and then the root, and then the 3rd. That's a really nice voicing because you have this 2nd in there. And then finally you come back way up back here and you got the 5th in the voicing again, and the bass of the voicing. So it's the same shape you started off with, but very much close together and kind of inconvenient on this acoustic guitar. Okay, so A minor 7th, and you actually hear the guy like, there's like this, they'll pedal back and forth between A minor and G. It gives it this kind of modal-ish sound. And then you go to the D minor 7th on bars 5 and 6, and then you come back to your A minor 7. And then, then we get a little F major 7 chord. Oh, okay. So F major 7, I'll do it this way. And then, or maybe they just do F. I think they just do F. I think they don't do the major 7th, but they might. And then E7, and sometimes on that, probably on that E7, they play like the Hendrix chord, the sharp 9. And a really cool and hip thing to do on that 5 chord, in terms of the chords, is there's your Hendrix chord, and then notice I've got my index finger back here, and I'm gonna craftily just bar it, and be careful not to hit the E string. So I'll just like rest stroke onto the E string, and that's what's called a flat 9. Technically, the standard name for this chord is an E7 sharp 9 chord because it blows people's minds that you can have both a major third and a minor third in a chord, but that's what's actually happening. So if this chord was named correctly, it'd be called a flat 10, but don't get me started. Anyway, it sounds like this. Going to that A minor. And they may do that or they may not, but they definitely play that as an A7. So again, going through the chords, hey, it's 4 measures of A minor 7, 2 measures of D minor 7, 2 measures of A minor 7, F of some kind, E7 of some kind, A minor. And so while I was there, I said, hey, here are all the A minor 7ths. And then I'm going to do the D minor 7ths. Well, you know this one in open position. It's sort of a D-shaped chord, you know. Keep in mind, that was the same as this one that we did up here as A minor 7, same shape. There's D minor 7. 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 Okay, F major 7. Oh, this is a weird one. There's with the 7th in the bass. I'm just barring my first finger there, second finger, third finger. It's like 7th, 3rd, 5th root. It's a very ugly voicing, but so we might, in this position, just substitute our good old friend, the F major 7. Hey, look, there's an F major 7 there. Barring the my pinky finger at the 5th fret and then the first finger on the root. root in the bass. Oh, this is a knuckle bender. Beautiful though, because again, it has the second from the G to the B string. So that's seventh fret of the D string, sorry. 7th fret of the D, 9th fret of the G, 6th fret of the B, and 8th fret of the high E. You can put the first finger on your fingertip, or you can bar it all the way across, just whatever feels more comfortable. And sort of when I use it, it'll depend on what chord I'm going to next. But that's F major 7. It's a beautiful, beautiful voicing. And then this is a very easy F major 7 voicing, barring at the 10th fret, and then with my 3rd finger at the 12th fret. And then finally we get back up to that same one, which is not practical here. And hey, while we're at it, E7, you know, that's an E chord, but if you just play the top 4 strings, that's 7th, 3rd, 5th root, 5th, 7th, 3rd. It's kind of a D7 shape. This is the one that usually gives people troubles, but it's really useful if you kind of see it like a C7 shape. First finger at the 5th fret of the B, 2nd finger at the 6th fret of the D, 3rd finger at the 7th fret of the G, and 4th finger at the 7th fret of the G. That's that kind of C7 shape, if you will. And then I'm just going to move these 2 fingers up onto the littlest string, so I get 3rd, 7th, root, 5th. And then finally, 5th, root, 3rd, 7th, and then it repeats. So, hey, those are what's called drop 2 voicings, and later I'll bore you with why that's the case, but it's a type of chord voicing, and they're really handy on guitar for playing chords over a bass player. And the reason I'm showing them to you is that if you want to look for note choices as you're going through, you can pretty much noodle through the whole thing, but when you, and you can, but especially when you get to that F to E7 change, to hear the notes that you want to play there, it's really helpful to play the chords through. Before I start noodling on anything, what I really love to do is just play the chords through and think about the melodies that are in the chords. Because if it's like this, where there's an actual chord progression as opposed to, like, you know, 4 bars of A minor or whatever, there's like a little obstacle course to navigate through. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start here in our like A minor position, and I'm just going to play how I might voice lead the chords, and I'll arpeggiate them so you can hear each string. So, for example, A minor 7th. I just inverted that D minor back to the A minor. So like bars 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, and then bar 5, bar 6, bar 7, bar 8. And now my F major 7, oh, what? Bar 9, bar 10. You hear those melodies, and I'm going to particularly pay close attention to that in a second. But let me just do it in one other place. So I really started here in this kind of like E form shape of the A minor 7. I'll do it again. A minor 7, D minor 7, maybe invert it and circle around the A minor 7. And then F major 7, E7, A minor 7. And while I'm on the topic, A minor 7, D minor 7, D minor 7, A minor 7, F major 7, E7, A minor 7. And then the last chord, they always hit the E7. Okay. I'm going to pay particular attention to, like, let's say this inversion of the F major 7. for the sake of harmonic hearing, i.e. hearing the direction through the chords, not just the chords by themselves, I'm going to take the last chord, and instead of playing it as a minor seventh chord, I'm going to play it as a triad. So I'm going to put the root in the bass. And so then I'm going to do this. We'll do that again. F major 7. Get a little closer. E7. A minor 7. Hey, that's good. You can add the seventh and take it away and then put it back. So now what you hear in the lowest melodies, oh, you know what that is? That's church music. And then on the G string, right? And then on the B string, right? And then on the top string, so just by getting, thank you very much, thank you. Right? So just by getting into those chords a little bit, you hear what the melodies are that you can that are revealed and you can employ a little bit in your noodling. And just getting that in your ear a little bit can give you some ideas that'll fit with those chords a little more.